This merman possesses extraordinary regenerative abilities. Even if he is shot in the heart, he can fully recover within minutes. Even a bald old man grew hair the next day after being touched by him. To study his mysterious powers, the military captured him and transported him to a base. A massive water tank caught Annie's attention. She curiously approached to take a look. This movement alerted the military personnel. They quickly drove Annie out of the room. Yet, Annie felt an inexplicable attraction to the water tank, but she was just a mute janitor. She had no way to learn more. That day the supervisor suddenly assigned Annie. He put her in charge of cleaning that room. This was undoubtedly good news. She sat by the poolside and gently tapped an egg. The sound immediately attracted the merman inside. He swam over and stood beside Annie. The merman was full of caution toward Annie. She had no choice but to set the egg down. The merman quickly grabbed the egg and disappeared into the water. From that moment on, Annie's fate changed. Every day she brought eggs to visit the merman. At first he was very cautious. He would only sneak out a hand to take the egg. This scene made Annie laugh. As time passed, they gradually became friends. Neither Annie nor the merman could speak, but that became the very reason their souls connected. One day when Annie came to visit again, she found the merman tightly bound in chains, his body covered in wounds. Annie gently touched his injuries with pain in her eyes. Suddenly footsteps approached. She quickly hid behind the equipment. The next second a group of military personnel entered. They were discussing dissecting the merman. Hearing this, Annie was filled with panic. She decided to help the merman escape from the lab. First she secretly moved the security cameras. Then she hired a garbage truck to wait at the back door. Everything was set, but the chains on the merman were still a problem. Suddenly a scientist appeared. Being kind-hearted, he did not want the merman to be killed. So he handed the key to Annie, and even explained how to take care of the merman. The journey was full of danger, but they successfully brought the merman home. Annie placed him in the bathtub. A strange impulse rose in her heart. She stuffed a towel into the door crack, then turned on the faucet. After making a peculiar gesture toward the merman, she slowly took off her clothes. They held each other tightly.